Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Monday Nitro Party. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, I hope that you are ready for a fucking hate episode because this, I don't know, like sometimes we don't like to just go in hard on the hate, but if there's going to be a hate episode, it's going to be this one because I'm obviously one of your hosts, Jonas Barnes. We got my boy, Josh Alba,
what up,
right
man?
over here.
What's up?
How's it going, man?
Great.
But we got a guest in the studio today that is going to be talking to us about all things fuck AEW. Comic, wrestling fan, all around bad motherfucker, the Gootz.
Hey, what's up, guys? How's life?
It's good, man.
All right, good.
It's good. How's life been going in the Gootz?
It's going good. You know, we're hosting a WrestleMania after party with the Laps Fan podcast at the Comedy Chateau.
Fuck yeah.
Right after WrestleMania.
Chateau.
What?
The Chateau.
The Chateau. Oh, I thought you said shut up.
No.
You're not supposed to plug other clubs.
Oh, no. How dare you?
But fucking, yeah, it's going to be a good show. Have you heard the Laps Fan podcast, Jonas? Have you ever listened to it?
No, I haven't actually. So Josh showed it to me. I hadn't heard it yet, and I'm looking forward to hearing it.
It's a really good podcast. They have
Actually
a good fan base, and I'll be there. Mike Lawrence will be there. We'll be breaking down WrestleMania, and you know what else we're gonna break down? What a bozo Tony Khan. I'm sure Tony's gonna tweet. Tony's gonna tweet something so fucking dumb during WrestleMania that I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of virtual.
Well, you think he's gonna call like Corey Graves a turncoat or something? Just like
Probably.
for fucking no reason.
He's gonna get mad when Cody Rhodes wins the belt or something. He's gonna fucking.
Real quick as an update for viewers and listeners, how many tattoos are we up to, Gootz?
I got 29.
29.
29, but I'm gonna have
Nice.
31 by Friday. All right.
Jesus.
31. Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm jealous of few people in life, and I'm jealous of Gootz for all the tattoos because I only got like fucking 4 now. I mean, like mine
Yeah.
are significant.
How many
I
you
like
got,
'em.
Josh?
I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4.
You know you gotta step it up. All
We
right.
do.
All right.
We do. And how many dogs?
I got 2 dogs and a cat.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, yeah.
We
I
always
just
we got to
have a
make sure
cat.
people are
And when it comes to shitting on AEW, I got 0 fucks.
You do. That's okay. So this is what we want to get into. So we've been talking about WrestleMania season, but this is not WrestleMania season episode. This is the AEW Revolution pay-per-view episode and AEW in general.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to get right into this. I watched the pay-per-view last night, and like I'm gonna say that I'm usually a fan of AEW as a whole. Like as a whole, I like the program. I'm good with it. I have fun with it. The Revolution pay-per-view, we were talking about this last week. I didn't even know what half of the matches were.
Nope.
Like
The build was atrocious.
it was awful.
It was awful.
We were wrong about Hobbs. Too.
Right.
We were totally wrong. We were totally off.
What'd
Yeah.
you say about Hobbs?
We didn't know who was in the match. I think
he wasn't
we
in
said
the
what was it? We thought Hobbs was in the match. and he
Yeah.
wasn't.
We thought he was in the match. We didn't know it was Samoa Joe versus Wardlow for like the actual title.
Yeah.
We completely forgot about the final burial. Like that fucking
Well,
match.
they didn't set that up
was
until
weird.
Wednesday.
Right.
They
And-
didn't set that up at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Horrible build. But here, like, even if it's a bad build, sometimes you can still have a good event. Like,
Well, here's the thing: AEW always has great matches on their pay-per-views. That's not to be denied. But there's never, fucking Foley Undertaker was a great match in the Hell. Actually, there were several great matches. They all led to stuff.
right.
Let's MJF Daniel Bryan, in my opinion, way better than Shawn Michaels Bret Hart, which is one of the most overrated garbage matches of all time. But fucking what? It's not going to lead to anything. It's going to be
Right.
forgotten about by year's end.
Yeah.
So I want to go through the card real quick. So the first one was Pretty Ricky Starks, taking on Chris Jericho, which it went the way it should have. Ricky
Yeah.
should have won the match for sure. So, but what did you think about the match? You think it was a good match?
I think it was a good match. Finally, Jericho actually, Jericho thinks he's putting over these young guys. And he does put them over, but none of them really gain anything from it. Orange Cassidy beat. I completely forgot. Orange Cassidy beat Jericho like a drum all over the summer of 2020.
Yeah.
He's still going nowhere.
The Mimosa Madness
The Mimosa
match.
Madness match, yeah. That led to nothing. MJF beat Jericho around. That really didn't do anything for him. So let's see. Again, it's great he beat Jericho. Eddie Kingston beat Jericho. He's slumming it in the Ring of Honor. I mean, let's see what happens now that Ricky Starks beat Jericho. If Ricky Starks beat Jericho and then next week he's on Dark,
Right.
There's no fucking point in him beating. He has to do something on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And this goes back to what me and Josh were talking about too. The AEW has so much shit on their plate that they don't need to be promoting new shit. Like
the reality show.
Yeah, All Access. No, like fucking, because you've got Elevation, you've got Dark, you've got fucking Rampage, you've got Dynamite, you've got these pay-per-views that you didn't fucking build. Like, no more new shit. Like, keep the stuff that you have and make it better. Like, what'd you think of the match?
I honestly, I barely watched it. There's just something with Chris Jericho in 2023. I'm just like, I don't.
Here's my thing with Jericho. If Hogan or Nash or God forbid Ultimate Warrior was doing this at his age, people would be going ballistic.
Right.
People would be hating it. Jericho puts the guys over, but he doesn't really put them over. Like,
yeah, I see what you mean. Like, so I think I kind of look at it the same way. Like, the only difference with this is that Jericho is full time right now. He's doing full time stuff at the age that he is, at the part he is in his career. So what he's doing with the younger guys, I think, is okay because he's continuously in a program where he's like still a part of the actual program, as opposed to like Stone Cold coming back and doing the Kevin Owens match. Like, that was a banger of a match. And then it made Kevin Owens look really good too. Like, on top of everything, like, it made Kevin Owens look well. It was kind of like a big celebration of a match. And then Stone Cold fucks off for the year, which is what he should have done. Like,
well,
you know what I mean?
I think he's probably gonna fuck off for all of eternity now.
Yeah, I think he's done. Yeah. I think he's totally done.
I think when they didn't give him a good pitch for this year, it was just like, you know what? Let's just leave it like where it was. And I'm perfectly fine with it leaving it where it was last year.
Dude, last year's match was amazing. Like, that was the way he should have ended it out. So that match, okay, we can all agree it was a solid match, but it's ultimately not going to lead anywhere based off of just,
the history,
past experience.
The history.
Yeah. So the next match was the Final Burial. The Final Burial, this was so funny to me because they just kind of like fucking shoved that match second on the card. They were just like, so no, it's going to be like this final, oh my God, casket match thing between Christian Cage.
They barely had any dirt.
By the way, I think Christian's done.
He should be.
I think this was his last match.
Well, yeah, he was dead now.
Yeah.
Right, dude. So there's so many things. This made me laugh so hard because the casket setup was like WWE SmackDown versus Raw buried alive match.
It was
you know what I mean?
GCW like a month ago. Casket. They had a casket match a month ago. That was way more entertaining.
The indie casket matches are fun though.
Well, I think the reason why the casket disappeared so fast is they don't know the trick how to keep the guy in the casket without dying. Have you noticed that like all the casket matches the Undertaker has, they're like on a platform?
100%.
I think I don't think anyone in AEW knew or could get anyone in WWE to tell them the magic trick to have a casket match where the guy stays in the casket.
Right. So here's my problem with that match. First off, Christian coming out in a turtleneck was real weird. That was a very weird look for him. But the match itself, I expected it to be like a violent bloodbath. It was not that. No. It was barely a hardcore match.
No one bled.
No, like that's what I mean. It was.
I thought Jungle Boy bled.
He might have.
No, he might have. I think he bled on Dynamite. People in AEW bleed like. They fucking get a bad credit score, they start bleeding.
Yeah, this podcast literally busted Jon Moxley open. But the match itself was kind of weak, and then you get to the end of it where they get up to the actual fucking coffin spot. First off, I didn't know where the casket was throughout most of the match. I'm like, where the fuck is this casket? Like, they went out into the crowd, and I was like, is it up in catering? Like, where is this casket?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then they finally get to the stage. They have their little fucking brawl out there. He does the kill switch on the dirt, which was hilarious looking because he had to cushion it so hard. And then the casket, it was so cartoonish when he slammed the casket lid and then it just goes whoosh. Like, it dropped so hard.
Yeah.
Like, and then a little bit of steam comes up. Like, fucking Luchasaurus could have come out there and climbed out of the fucking hole and I would have been like, that at least was fun.
Yeah.
All right. So you got that shit match. That match was ass.
Yeah. The drop entertained me though.
It was hilarious.
I laughed.
I just the reason why I think Christian has done is like, first of all, I don't like it when AEW does like these WWE style gimmick matches because it feels disingenuous because they're all like, we're real wrestling. Da, da, da. So when they suddenly have an Undertaker buried alive match that Undertaker hasn't had in like 12 years
between Jungle Boy and
Christian. And it's like, why not have Jungle Boy just pin Christian in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3, And that's instead you're putting him in a casket, but I think the reason why they shoved Christian in a casket is I don't think we're ever gonna see him again in AEW.
I think he should be done.
Yeah, it's been exactly 2 years, and I would not be surprised. He's like, look, I got like a year or two left. Edge said he's gonna retire pretty soon.
Right.
I want to do a tag team run with Edge.
Well, also like his neck is trash, and like I mean, like he does still have the injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
So that match was a shit show.
Dookie.
So I don't remember exactly what the third match was, but I'm gonna jump to the women's title match.
Oh no, the third match was the Elite versus Dark Order, which I thought had the right ending.
That was a solid match. That was solid. Or you mean House of Black? It was House of Black. Yeah, which I love House of Black. I've been a fan of Tommy End / Aleister Black / Malachi Black for fucking ever. I love Brody King. Buddy Matthews, fuck that guy for being with Rhea every single night. But still, he's great in the ring. And I mean, it's the Elite versus them. I said this on Twitter. I can watch Malachi Black and Kenny Omega fight each other until the end of time, and I'll be happy.
Look, it's time to go with Malachi Black as one of your guys. No more dicking around. And hopefully this was the first step to make him one of AEW's top guys.
He needs to be heavy.
They had a solid start. Cody did a lot for him, man. And then they just fucking shit the bed for 2 years now.
Right.
Shit in the bed with this guy. So hopefully now he's back on track. We'll see. He'll be jobbing to John Silver.
I have a question for you guys. Do you guys think because of the Elite loss that they're possibly leaving AEW?
I could see. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I could see like if Kenny is toying with talking to WWE, Tony being like, "Let me just get the belt on the House of Black,
right?
The Black Order, the House of Black." Because then it's like if he does leave, all right, I don't have to worry about. I don't have to have a Montreal situation. The belt's free,
right?
And if he stays, we'll just fucking. Well, I would have him go after MJF next.
I'd love to see Kenny screwed over.
So here's the thing with Kenny. Kenny's been talking about being kind of aggravated about not really doing anything in AEW because they haven't done shit with him, really. I mean,
it's funny because isn't he an EVP?
He's one of the EVPs, but I think the EVP is kind of like an executive producer on a movie. It's just like, we're going to give you the credit so you can put it on your IMDb.
It's like producing a show at a comedy club. You're in at the club, but they're not fucking.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
they're not trying to make you the
It's
headliner.
like, listen, you're not going to book people. We're going to book our people.
Yeah.
You get like 2. And which is great. I mean, fuck it.
Your job
I mean, yeah, comedy clubs have great comics. So, but that's the thing I think is going on with Kenny is I think he's kind of like in that limbo period, and also I think he's kind of frustrated with the fact that they're not putting him in anything worth a fuck. Mm-hmm. And Kenny still has a lot of miles on him. Kenny can still put on a fucking banger of a match. The Young Bucks can put on the exact same match that they put on every fucking time. It's
the Young Bucks are garbage.
Their matches are literally the same.
The Young Bucks are the 2 biggest pieces of shit.
This is where we're going.
The Young Bucks are one of the worst tag team I've ever goddamn fucking seen.
They're not even the Young Bucks anymore.
Let me tell you something. They look like fucking buffoons. The faces they make. Anyway, but let me tell you.
You don't like when they do the flex?
Oh, fuck that. Fuck. I'm just so sick of this. We're biting off Scott Hall, Kevin Nash bullshit. Come up with your own fucking things, you fucking losers. They couldn't, which is why they ripped off Sean and Hunter and it's not even that, and that shit wasn't even that great.
Do you remember what their jobber names were when they were jobber teams?
I know. I remember they were Generation Me.
That's what it was. Generation Me. Yeah.
Dude, if I took over
Fucking
AEW, I would make them back in the Generation Me, and then I would have them get annihilated by John Silver alone. Just John Silver.
Just John Silver.
Anyway,
he's like what, 5'3"? Just have John Silver.
But here's the deal. Kenny Omega. And I think Sting, every wrestler, whether you like it or not, you have to take this test. And I think if Sting had taken this test 30 years ago, he would be the GOAT. As comes a point where if you want to be the greatest of all time, you've got to go to WWE. You've got to prove yourself in that system. You got to main event WrestleMania. And I think for him, it's now or never. You can, listen, maybe Tony will book you to beat MJF at fucking Double or Nothing, right? You can have great matches with fucking Hangman Page, with Aleister Black, whatever. Mm-hmm. But let's see what he can do in WWE, and I think it's time for him to do it.
I agree with you. Do you think? I think WWE is the move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
I think the biggest mistake Sting ever made, if Sting had went to WWE in 1988, there would have been no Attitude Era because they could have wrote Sting as the next Hogan. Until 2007.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The problem, WWE fucked up with Sting.
Yeah, but I don't think they would have fucked up with him in 1988.
They wouldn't have fucked up with him early.
Yeah.
They fucked that Sting, unfortunately, was the biggest murder victim of the WWE at the time because like he got fucked so badly by the ego trip from Hunter. Like
That was one of
it was bad.
That was one of the worst matches, and like nobody wanted that match.
No.
They literally had like 50 guys people would have wanted to see Sting fight, and they made it Triple H,
Right.
and then they made it the WCW and WCW versus WWE,
right. And then they also had the match during the daytime, which is not when you do a Sting entrance.
No.
Like that's not when
That
you
was
do any
very
of that
awkward.
stuff. That was all weird.
People
Okay.
playing drums during his entrance.
Yeah, that's
too.
fucking. It was so weird.
I was gonna say that's one of the things. Like when I watch Sting in AEW now, like he got his career. We all thought his career ended with Seth Rollins,
Right.
and we thought he was done. He comes to fucking AEW, and he's like killing it. Like he's one of my favorite people right now to watch, just because you don't know what the hell he's gonna do.
And also, he's being used right. Like,
Yeah.
he's not an enhancement talent, but he is an enhancement talent. What I mean is that having him and Darby together, and having him kind of be like the cheerleader, but also can come in and fuck people up when he needs to. Like that is how you use somebody that's in the twilight of their career.
Yeah,
Like that is fucking perfectly used. Like absolutely. So look, next let's move on to the women's title match. The women's title match was Saraya, Jamie Hayter, and fucking Ruby Soho. Those were the only three, right? Yeah, those were.
Yeah.
So the match itself wasn't bad. The match itself was good. Like for what it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was pretty good. I'm a fan of all three of them. Like I like Saraya. I'm happy that she's getting her resurgence, you know, back in so she gets her other chance to do it. I'm happy that they're doing more with Ruby finally.
yeah.
Because Ruby's an actually good fucking worker. The Finn Balor turn was kind of stupid, but
Oh, totally. I think that turn ruined the whole match for me.
Here's the thing: if they were in cahoots during the match, why didn't they just team up and annihilate
Exactly.
Jamie Hayter? And if then I guess the logic they could say is, well, she decided to join them after she got pinned.
clearly not the case.
Yeah.
If
And
you
I'm
watch
just
the last
like-
part.
It just made no sense at
Yeah.
the end. It was just like, oh,
Yeah,
you
like-
turned, but also like, wait, what? Like,
But also they beat the shit out of you during the match.
yeah,
The problem with AEW, and this comes into play with the Daniel Bryan match, is that the good guys, and this is why I didn't like Britt Baker's title run. The good guys, the faces, are constantly booked to be complete and utter idiots. And
Absolute
Ruby
morons,
Soho, in every single match he had with Britt Baker, was booked to be a moron.
Right.
And this is Britt Baker's formula when she was a champ. She outsmarts you because she cheats, but then she doesn't beat you by cheating. Instead, she waits a little bit, then beats you fairly by hitting her finish.
Sure, yeah.
So she outwitted you and she beat the shit out of you.
Right.
So what good are you as a face?
Yeah, you look like an asshole. So here's a question for you. You said that it ruined the match for you.
yeah.
Okay. So this, I'll throw my thing out there and you tell me what you think.
Okay.
I think that Ruby in general is a natural heel.
Yes.
Now, her turning heel made me happy, but I agree with you in the sense that the turn itself was dumb.
It was garbage.
Yeah, it was fucking good.
She should she should have done that on Wednesday. So she could
Fully
have got a
agree.
promo like I
Yeah.
thought about it for a few
Like, or played the match differently. Like, it was just the way the whole match went, and then all of a sudden she's heel. Like, yeah, she's a great heel, but not that. That was totally the wrong way.
What
to do
if,
it.
and I know they don't want to take the belt off Jamie Hayter, but for the good of the angle, what if they both just annihilate Jamie Hayter and then Ruby allows Saraya to pin her and be like, I just wanted to get revenge on you two jerk offs, and now I'm working with them.
Right. Which I mean, that's a feasible thing.
Yeah.
And also, I don't like. I know that they have the title on Jamie Hayter right now, and Jamie Hayter is a fucking fantastic worker. She's really good. She's good on the mic. She's good in the ring. All those things. But I don't see a problem with her being also the champion that loses it once or twice and also has to get it back. Like I don't see a problem with that. So I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So we can all agree, solid match, dumb heel turn.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it wasn't as bad as Saraya's first match back. So
Also, I
Her
don't
first
think-
match
I don't-
was super rusty.
I don't think the women's title in AEW flips around like that. So it would be cool to see her lose it and win it back in like a year.
Yeah, they do have a lot of talent, and that's also that leads me to another thing. The Jade Cargill situation.
we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, like
We're gonna because I
Oh
got
shit! I forgot about.
I got a
Jade
fucking
Cargill.
bone. Let me okay.
so. First off, real quick before
right.
before you go off on the Jade thing, I'm gonna just throw my issues with it out there.
Okay.
She's a can smasher. She has no fucking opponents that are worth a fuck. She literally squashes people on Elevation to pad her record. Her record, even though it's accurate, is more padded than Goldberg's WCW record. Okay, so she no longer looks threatening. She now looks like somebody who literally just destroys amateurs. Okay, so I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the fact that they don't fucking do anything with her. Like, she's supposed to be this big deal, and they don't do a fucking thing with her.
I thought she was going to be like their top female star.
Well, notice she's never been near Britt Baker.
Right.
And Britt Baker had drama with Thunder Rosa.
Right. So now I no longer give a fuck about Jade Cargill. Now I want that title off of her. Now I want her to have one big feud, get the title off of her, and then have her fucking work on her in-ring work. She's what, 50-something in O right now? And
She should lose the belt.
Yeah, she's about as good as Omos. Like, she's not fucking good.
Like they never announced that Sky Blue was signed, but I think she's signed. But if you're going to sign these chicks and you're going to build them up, this is the time to have her lose, and whoever beats her is now one of your top women.
Willow Nightingale.
Taylor Wilde beat Awesome Kong. I mean, they kind of fucked it up down the road, but for a few months, she was a top woman in TNA because she beat Awesome Kong.
Yeah. Have Willow Nightingale be the one that takes the fucking title off Jade Cargill, and boom. Because Willow Nightingale is already immediately marketable. People love the fuck out of her. She's a mega face. Like, she's one of those ones that, like, you remember when Bayley was, like, at her top face level?
Yeah.
That's, like, the Willow Nightingale thing.
Willow Nightingale had that fucking, that death match with the other two broads, Tay Conti and Anna Jay.
Yeah.
Fucking stole the show. Everybody loved it. Then she vanished for weeks on end. I remember, I'm on Reddit. They're building up the Ruby Soho thing with these two, the WWE chicks. And somebody was like, where's Willow Nightingale? And I'm like, holy shit, I forgot she existed.
Yeah.
And literally 3 weeks ago, she's bleeding all over the arena.
Right.
And it's like, that's why I have a problem with some of these death matches. You want me to, like, kill myself, kill my body. That's fine. But if I'm going to be doing nothing for the next 2 months, no, I'm not going to fucking go through this plain glass window for you, Tony, and the fans. Who cares about the fans?
Yeah, fuck the fans.
Fuck the fans.
I do think it's funny that they have matches in AEW that are like exploding ring, barbed wire, death match from hell, and then they show up the next week just like, hey guys.
Yeah, but like if Willow Nightingale is going to go through that and win, you got to then elevate that character.
Right.
You can't just like she doesn't exist for a couple of weeks because my brain can't focus on these 90 people.
Right.
Well, you hired 90,000 people. I need you to focus on 90 of them at least.
Yeah.
But here is my main problem with Jade and whoever else wasn't on the card. Okay. There is no excuse. And yeah, he's a pretty good worker for his age. There is no fucking excuse in 2023 for Jeff Jarrett to have a pay-per-view match in AEW. Jeff Jarrett has the stench of failure, okay? Let me tell you something. When WCW went under in 2001, I was like, I'm going to support whatever company comes along. And when TNA came along, I paid $10 a week for a year. I put in $520 into that fucking company year one. Because I'm not a hater. I'm not like a Vince Dick Rider. I want another company, all right? And I put them that they're probably still in business because of my fucking money, right? You know why I stopped? You know why I stopped in 2004?
Why?
Fucking 19 years ago. Because I was like, I can't deal with Jeff Jarrett as the fucking champion. I couldn't watch WCW at the end because of this fucking guy, and I can't watch this company. Why am I getting? So I stopped giving them money. And the show was unwatchable for years with this fucking guy just, ain't not great with the stupid fucking guitar, hitting people over the head. They had Samoa Joe lose to the guy AJ Styles when these guys should have been being featured as top stars. And TNA never, ever reached where they could have because they had him as the lead guy in their formative years.
Right.
And you listen to Jeff Jarrett's podcast, he still thinks that was a good idea. He's out of his fucking, he's a card artist. That's what he is. He's a fucking, he took
he used to sell fucking scrap for gold advertisements when he was doing the fucking GFW or whatever the fuck that was.
I'm going to bring it all back to Jay. And, and here's the AEW comes around in 2019. We're the alternative. We're the real alternative. We're going to have arenas. We're going to have Chris Jericho. It's going to be great. It's gonna be like it's not like TNA. It's gonna be great. Yeah. And then who fucking comes
broken
along?
Matt Hardy cough.
and then who comes along in 2022 at the end? But Jeff Jarrett. You're like, all right, maybe we'll have one match and it'll go work backstage. Like Dean Malenko. Dean Malenko's not fucking coming out every week, right? But no, he's been on TV every fucking week. Every fucking week, this fucking guy's on TV and he's on pay-per-view. You wanted me to pay $50 for you're the fucking alternative. You're the alternative. I couldn't even watch this guy in 2000. my whole life's been ruined because of him. In 2004, you want me to pay fucking money for this fucking loser. In 2023, you're the alternative. You don't have room for Jade Cargill. You don't have room for Luchasaurus. You don't have room for all these fucking young guys. But you have room. You can't find Jade Cargill a fucking match. She can't fucking wrestle like fucking, what's her name? The little Billy Starks. She can't wrestle Billy Starks. You can't but you bring in Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
And that's my problem.
We gotta
Like,
push the card.
I have no room for this. Is the conversation Jade Cargill should have. Hey Tony, why am I not the pay-per-view? We don't have any room for you all the time. Jeff Jarrett. I know. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff fucking Jarrett. I'm gonna kill you, Tony.
Fucking have her beat Jeff Jarrett. You should have Jade Cargill.
Well, I think Jeff Jarrett would totally do it. Yeah, that's what they should do. They should have Jade Cargill beat Jeff Jarrett, and then he retires in disgrace, and then they fire him, and we send him to prison for conning everybody. The only company that can get away with having Jeff Jarrett on TV every week is WWE. And they know that if they did that for like 4 months, they'd probably like fucking lose all their Saudi deals. Okay,
yeah,
so
you're not wrong.
Yeah, they're the only company that can get a. You cannot. There's certain people who have the stench of failure. Jeff Jarrett, Tommy Dreamer, Bubba Ray Dudley. Okay. No, Jeff Jarrett was never great.
We had Jeff Jarrett and Christian last night.
Yeah.
Christian, yeah, but Christian
Cage.
doesn't have the stench.
No, but it did give a
because when
TNA
Christian
vibe.
showed up in TNA, I started watching more.
Yeah.
But then Jeff Jarrett got the title back. Jeff Jarrett got the title back from Christian when he was like at his hottest peak, and then Christian went back. He never they had a chance to make Christian their guy, and they had Jeff Jarrett get the title again because he's a con man. I guarantee he's in that fucking office. He's in that fucking office with Tony Khan. No, Tony, I need to be on the TV every week. I'm gonna get the Acclaimed over. So he won a battle royal. You have Top Flight, the best friends. You have the fucking top tag team. This is supposed to be the future. And Jeff Jarrett is winning a battle royal. You got a fucking TV deal with TNT, TBS. After the AOL Time Warner merger threw them off, through hell and high water, wrestling is back, and you have Jeff Jarrett winning a battle royal in 2000. But you want to tell me how fucking smart Tony Khan is? He murdered Nicole Brown Simpson. He's gonna kill wrestling.
I hope David Bink sees this.
Dude, just listen,
Fuck David Bink.
I fucking agree with everything that Ray just said. The only thing that I like about Jeff Jarrett at all is that it makes
His podcast is pretty good.
I haven't heard his podcast, but I refuse to give him any listens. But the only thing
I feel bad his dad died.
no, that's fair. That's fair. He did.
There's no excuse to win a battle royal.
He came from good stock. Also, I love Marky D on YouTube. Every time he says that a wild slap nuts appears, every time Jeff Jarrett shows up, which is one of my favorite
The
things.
best thing Jeff Jarrett did, and it didn't get celebrated enough, was he was on the SmackDown where Vince McMahon retired. And I thought that was great that Jeff Jarrett had a promo that night.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
I love the fact that part was cool because Vince made a whole big fucking thing that you're fired. And the fact that Jeff Jarrett's, at the time, we didn't know it was the fact that Jeff Jarrett was on that fucking SmackDown and Vince is gone.
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. That's cool. But he can only get away with being on WWE TV. There's no you cannot if you are another you can't have him on TV. You just can't.
Yeah, when he showed up on that Royal Rumble at fucking WWE, everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Jeff Jarrett's here.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But what you're saying is 100% true. Like, there's no fucking reason he should be on TV at all, let alone every fucking week. There's just absolutely.
You could maybe justify it if AEW came along in 2009, right? Maybe justify it.
Maybe.
But there's no excuse. And the fact that he won that battle royal is just
trash. Absolute
just
trash.
what are you doing? And it was a long battle royal, bro.
Yeah, it was.
It had everyone ever in the company in the battle royal.
Also, as a side,
CM Punk came back and got eliminated by Jeff Jarrett.
As a side note attached to the Jeff Jarrett thing, stop putting Satnam Singh on TV.
Yeah.
He couldn't
But
take
that whole faction is the faction of failures.
I get that, but the reason that I'm bringing up the Satnam Singh thing is last night he botched throwing somebody over the rope, he botched pushing somebody to the ground, and he also botched taking a famouser. He did all three of those in a fucking row.
2 of those things were not wrestling moves.
No, it was mind-numbing how badly that was.
Dude, he was. It's why is this guy here? Why?
I get that he's 7'4"
The best thing he ever did
or whatever.
was catch Darby Allin, the pay-per-view we were.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. But Darby Allin weighs 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And I
That's
bet you half of that was Darby Allin.
right. Most of it was Darby Allin. So what's the next match on the card?
Shit.
Hangman Page and the Mox.
I was just about to talk about that.
Okay, so that I loved that match.
That was a great match.
For it being what it was, for it being a just straight up Texas deathmatch style match.
That's how you.
I dug it.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into it. I got to be honest. I spoke to him about this. I can't get into anything with Hangman and Page. And I'll tell you what.
A lot of people have an issue.
I'll tell you what killed him for me was CM Punk in that media scrum.
Yeah,
Killed him beyond dead. I can't take a. I don't care.
I think he's just stupid.
I don't care if he
when
murdered John Moxley, his family, his kids. He pulled in Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns in a van and slit their throats at the end of that match. I'm still like, this guy's a pussy.
Right.
All right.
No, I get
here's the problem. Ooh. You had CM Punk and everyone saw it. Barry, like your top. He's kind of the top baby face. I would.
Right.
At least until
they're pushing.
One
him.
of the big ones.
Yeah. But you had this whole story where he like overcame his anxiety and he finally defeated Kenny Omega. And you have CM Punk just burying this fucking guy, just burying him that he's empty-headed dumb fuck. He's this, he's that.
Empty-headed fucking.
And
dumb
then
fuck.
like he has no. And I understand like maybe Tony doesn't want to acknowledge it because of whatever lawsuits going on in the background, but he has no comeback. They never mention it. So in my mind, this guy just took that from CM Punk and he didn't do anything about it. Here's the deal. Like if in 1997, fucking out of nowhere, Sid Vicious goes on Hot 97. It's like Stone Cold Steve Austin's a cunt. He's a fucking jerk off.
Right.
He's a fairy. All this shit, right? And then Stone Cold never responds. Stone Cold's not Stone Cold anymore.
Right.
He's got to say something.
Right.
You know, like, and that's the thing. It's like Hangman Page. I just don't believe in him anymore. He looks like an empty-headed dumb fuck. I can't get into anything he does. And CM Punk just destroyed him.
So here's where the problem of the lines blurring comes into play here. Because on one hand of it, you had what CM Punk did on the media scrum, which, by the way, CM Punk is a cunt. I cannot stand him. And this is not.
I would not.
This is not me speaking for anybody else but myself. If he never steps foot in a wrestling ring ever again, I'm so happy about that. He's a fucking asshole. He's been a fucking asshole for the majority of his career. I was happy when he came back. I'm happy when he did his promos. I was happy for a lot of different things. But what he did at the media scrum was not only uncalled for. Like
it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. It was. There was parts of it that were funny, but
that's where he really exposed everyone in that company.
It wasn't even just like. First off, him exposing everybody in the company. I get that he
exposed
did.
Tony Khan because Tony Khan should have just been like, "Shut the fuck up right now and get the fuck out of here."
Exactly. That's okay. This is where my problem with CM Punk comes into play because he knew for a fucking fact that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah,
I think they all.
No, I think they all know that for a fact.
Yeah,
every veteran back.
So what he did is he shit on future talent, past talent, current talent, and he did it as somebody who, sure, he's a good wrestler, sure, he's a good promo, but he's also kind of a fucking pussy. Like, and he's been exposed as that multiple times.
Well, there's a comedian in Chicago that has a wrestling podcast, and CM Punk and Cole Cabana became friendly with the comedy scene out there. He used to go over CM Punk's house and watch the WWE pay-per-views. This is like 2015, 2016.
Right.
This is when CM Punk wasn't watching wrestling anymore, and they're watching. Here's the deal. I'll say this about CM Punk. If CM Punk was working in comedy when I was a comic or a club owner, probably fucking hate him. He'd probably be a guy I want to gouge my eyes out rather than go ask him for a spot. Right. But I don't have to work with him. I don't have to do comedy with him. I just have to watch him on TV. To me, he's highly entertaining. I enjoy him torturing all these idiots. I say bring him back on TV.
Oh, no, he's very entertaining. He's very entertaining, but as a person,
I don't have to deal with him. But I don't have to deal with that.
Sure.
I'm sure if suddenly they're like CM Punk bought the comic strip, I wouldn't want to go do that show there anymore. But
sure.
He's not. Watch him buy it tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm just saying as
Brian DeCarlos, you empty-headed dumb fuck.
Right. So I just say it like as a person, I can't fucking stand him. In the ring, yeah, he's great.
But even his promos.
His promos. He had one fucking pipe bomb that was awesome, and then every pipe bomb after that was like, all right, fucking get a new shtick.
You need larger arms to box with God against The Rock. That's a great line.
He had some fucking amazing lines. As a promo, he had some amazing lines. That's the thing that was great about him. Then when he did that fucking media scrum, it was like, that's not even a promo anymore. But now you're just being a dick.
But if you can weave that media promo, this is the key when he comes back. If you can weave the media promo into angles with him, the Elite, Hangman Page, I think you can make a lot of money I think you can make a lot of money. The only way to get Hangman Page back on track, in my mind, is to have him beat CM Punk.
Yeah, he
and
has
respond to what he said.
It doesn't even have to. He doesn't even have to beat CM Punk. He has to destroy CM Punk. It has to be one of those like fucking things, like when Brock Lesnar came back and beat the fucking shit out of John Cena. Like it needs to be one of those things, because if it's not one of those things, then don't do it.
In September of 2021, I was so pissed that Christian got the title shot instead of Hangman Page. I don't care if Hangman Page never shows up again. Like this guy's getting hit over the head with fucking bricks, and it's doing nothing for me, because when it came down to something real, which is CM Punk calling him out and humiliating him in front of everyone and basically saying that I made the order to take the belt from this guy, he did nothing.
Right.
He did nothing.
I think they did a YouTube being the elite or something. They did a YouTube video of him.
Well, they should put that on Dynamite.
No, but he didn't really do anything on the YouTube video. All he said was something like, like they went to talk to him, hey, Hangman, CM Punk. He was like, shut the fuck up. And then they just went to something else.
Yeah, so it's like,
you didn't really do anything.
You got to say something, dude. There's
got to be a response of some sort.
Yeah. You know,
and maybe there will be. There might be. Like, there could be a response at some point.
It's got to come sooner than later. I do think CM Punk's coming back sooner than later.
So he's
a little bit too antsy on social media.
I'm going to give you my conspiracy theory about the CM Punk thing. First off, real quick before I do that fucking fork spot in that match was amazing.
That was
my favorite.
jaw-dropping. That was insane. The way like he just started going off, and then you see the blood squirt on Moxley's chest and stomach.
Straight up Abdullah the Butcher style.
I was like, whoa.
I like the curb stomp on the brick.
That was also cool.
That was great.
Yeah, there was good shit. But here's my conspiracy theory about CM Punk. Now that they've fully separated ROH and AEW, CM Punk is going to come back in ROH. He's going to be the head of ROH, not like the head like the fucking owner of it, but I mean like he's going to be the head guy of ROH, the one that everybody has to beat, and that's the only way I can see him coming back. I don't see him being able to come back to AEW.
He's the number one merch seller for AEW by far. I'm not going to tell you how I know, but I know. You know how I know.
Which is why they need to do it for ROH. You got to rebuild the brand.
You got to get him on Dynamite to sell tickets, to sell Dynamite. Figures, to sell. They put out a 2-pack from last year's on the internet, and the figures sold like crazy. This weekend, he's still selling figures for AEW.
Yeah, they sold Blood and Guts figures of him from last year's Revolution.
He outsells. It's embarrassing how much he outsells everybody.
Of course he does, because he's CM Punk. But I don't think that AEW needs that.
I think they do need him.
You do?
I 100% think.
I think they need him back.
I think they need him back.
I'm the minority in this. I don't think they need him back.
I understand what you're saying, but this like
the way
in
they're
2000,
booking, they need him.
If 2008, if John Cena went nuts because he has mental issues, I don't know. Fucking like just fuck you, Triple H. Like,
I gotta do another Fast and the Furious movie.
You know what,
God
John
damn
Morrison, suck my dick. Fucking Great Khali, great nut. Okay. Great Khali, empty-headed dumb fuck.
That's accurate though.
That actually is a compliment. I mean, no, let's fuck John Cena. Hulk Hogan. If Hulk Hogan went ballistic in 1986 and like had like a nervous breakdown in a press conference, I would say you do need Hogan back, because Hogan is making so much money, and that money trickles down. That money trickles down to everybody else. There's interest in everybody else. And I think they need him. I mean, look, they're not gaining new fans. They have the fans. Guys like me, the three of us are going to watch. If they fucking put Chuck Palumbo in an Iron Man match, we're probably going to watch. We're not going to like it. You're going to be very upset, but we're going to watch.
I like it.
You like a Chuck Palumbo Iron Man match?
Maybe.
Well, you never know.
Present day. I don't know how Chuck Palumbo's doing now.
He's killing it.
He's fucking great.
He's probably better than Jeff Jarrett.
They'll do a Mark Jindrak evolution.
But a guy like CM, I mean, I had so many friends of mine that don't watch AEW and barely watch WWE that tuned in to the Rampage, and they kept abreast of CM Punk's activities. And you just need him as a gateway to get other people over. And they didn't do that yet. They need to finish. They need to finish that where CM Punk gets these guys to the next level.
Yeah, right. I think CM Punk comes back to AEW and the Elite go to WWE.
I do see that potentially happening.
Because that kind of makes sense. Like, I'm done here.
I don't know about the Bucks. I think the Bucks would be turned into
maybe Kenny Omega first.
But Kenny Omega definitely has
the Bucks
to go.
Later on.
Right.
If Kenny Omega's going to say he's the greatest, he's got to at least, not even main event WrestleMania, he's got to steal the show at WrestleMania.
He's got even
if it's the opening match.
He's got to at least close that door.
Or be king of the ring.
Right. He's got to go to Saudi Arabia.
Is he fine with Saudi Arabia? You think he would go?
I don't know.
I think he would go.
He probably would. So we only got limited time with the Goot, so I want to roll through this really quick.
Oh, can I just? Okay, so I have a few more rants.
No, don't worry. We're gonna get to it. Real quick, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. Was it the right?
Boring.
Was it the right call though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is.
Okay.
Listen,
I'm agree with that. Boring match. I thought it was the right call.
I think it wasn't the right call.
You don't think it was the right call?
For some reason, when I saw Wardlow winning the belt again, it just reminded me of the last time he had the belt, and I didn't give a shit.
Well, the reason why you didn't give a shit is because of MJ fucking F.
Right.
MJF with a little temper tantrum he pulled that weekend.
No. I mean,
yes, MJF. They built this saga for 2 years for Wardlow to get his hands at MJF. That weekend, the whole fucking talking. I mean, Dave Meltzer had to fucking leave an Eagles concert to do a live update. Did MJF leave because he didn't show up for a meet and greet? And so the whole mystery was: is MJF not going to show up? Is he going to quit the company? He goes in the match. He fucking has they have a horrible match to kick off that pay-per-view, Double or Nothing.
The squash match?
The next night
where he powerbombed him 9 times.
Dynamite, MJF walks out, doesn't even mention Wardlow, goes on a rant against Tony Khan, vanishes for months. That completely killed Wardlow.
Oh no, he mentioned Wardlow in the sense that all he said is, I did the job for that fucking Wardlow.
Yeah.
He basically
said I let Wardlow beat me because this is fake.
He literally said it.
He should have been like, no, dude, like he didn't get over Wardlow. The whole reason he was with Wardlow is to get this guy over. He didn't do it.
No, he buried him.
It fucking ruined Wardlow, and
he fucking CM Punk'd him is what he did.
Yeah, and it was just. It's like, dude, you've been spending 2 years holding this guy down. He destroyed you. You have no reaction. You don't care. You like, and that was fine. And then he
you don't
vanished.
give a fuck. You walk right through it.
Yeah, and then that's why you don't care about Wardlow. Fucking MJF, this little bullshit drama.
Right.
But the only reason I said it was the right call is because first off, Joe didn't need 2 titles. That was stupid.
I agree with that.
Yeah, at his age, he doesn't need.
He didn't need 2 titles, and also if you're going to have Wardlow beat him, I think beating him by a chokeout was the right move. Mm-hmm. Like I think that boosted him up a little bit to make him look like a little.
Now if he loses to Hobbs. Wednesday.
I'd just shit on it.
Yeah, that's only gonna. Well, if he loses to Hobbs, it's because the referees held on to the ladder.
If they did want Hobbs to get the belt, I would have Samoa Joe beat him. If they have this fucking guy lose to Hobbs, they're
absolutely.
They need to change that fucking ring bullshit because it's just
the brass ring.
It's just doofy.
The giant hemorrhoid.
He reminds me of The Simpsons, where the guy with the donut.
It looks like a Sonic the Hedgehog ring.
Yeah,
right.
That too.
Okay, so let's get into this one. The fucking Iron Man match.
Yeah,
we might have missed a card.
We talked about the tag match. I get my thoughts. Fuck Jeff Jarrett.
Yeah, we shit all over that one. So the Iron Man match itself, we can all agree that was a fucking good match.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think it was a way better Iron Man match than Bret Hart.
I don't even like Iron Man matches, and I was into this match.
This was in my mind, this and the Rock, which is very underrated. Rock Triple H are the 2 best Iron Man matches.
I can definitely agree with that too.
Mm-hmm.
The ending. Was it the right call?
No, not at all. I thought the finish was atrocious. I knew that's what they were going to go for. I knew they were going to go for MJF's going to beat Bryan in his own game, and I think that was a major mistake. They constantly had this thing where they make the baby faces look stupid in AEW, and you can't keep doing that. Jay O'Brien tapping out,
right?
Made him look stupid. It made him, and that would have been better if now Bryan is the heel and Daniel is and MJF is the face. That's fine, but like you can't keep making the baby faces look that dumb. And to me, I was like, when they announced the Iron match, I'm like, I know what's gonna happen. Eventually, MJF's gonna out wrestle him. And that's what happened. Mm-hmm. I would have liked it better if there was a more screwy finish, or I would have had Daniel Bryan go over. I don't think this MJF title ring is doing him any favors.
Or what if he just kept it as he hit him with the air tank and that was it?
Yeah. Or what if Daniel Bryan just passes out in the hold?
Yeah, because that's what I was.
The pass out.
That's what I was thinking. Because they kind of dragged it when he came back. I was like, wait, does the match just keep going? And then he passed out. I was like, yeah, no, like.
So yeah, okay. So we're kind of all on the same page because the way that ending played out. The way the ending played out was really building it up to the pass out. And if it would have done the pass out a la Stone Cold Steve Austin in the I Quit match, that would have worked really fucking well.
Yeah.
Because that also would have set it up for another match if they needed one. Like that would have set it up to like at least leave something there that was a little unfinished. Okay. The match itself was good. MJF did some screwy shit in it. And I think that was kind of expected. The thing with the water and the kid, thumbs up or thumbs down on that one?
I think that was stupid. There's no reason to do that in this match. There's just don't go near the kids.
Right.
I mean, you can yell at the kids, shut up. That's one thing. But when you like physically do something to them, I'm like,
Right.
you don't
Now that I
need-
found out it wasn't a plant, then I'm like, all right, you're
There's some rumors that it's
asshole.
tequila. There's some rumors that it's water. You just don't need that fucking bullshit.
Fuck
and it's
them
just,
kids.
I just
He
don't-
does
I-
say that.
They give you a warning. They're like, stuff might get flung out. Hey, yeah, they warn everybody that sits there.
The
But my
mom
thing
looked
is-
like she wanted to beat the living
my,
fuck
I get-
out of
my
him.
thing
Yeah.
with MJF is like we all want to cheer him, and if they did,
I don't want to cheer him. At
Okay,
all,
but if they did turn him face, I think he'd be like the next Austin.
Yeah.
He's fighting it, and he's doing dumb shit like this to fight it, and it's like this is just like low hanging fruit shit.
Okay, here's my theory with the face turn and the heel thing. All right? They toyed around with him being a face turn. Toyed around with it.
I don't think he wants to be face at all.
I don't think he wants to, but hear me out on this. They toyed around with it, and I think they did it on purpose. They gave him, before he won the title, they gave him like that 4-week stretch where he came out and he kind of endeared himself to the fans and he gave the passionate promos and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
People fucking ate it up. Like, people really were like, oh shit, like he's going to go, like he's, we're going to see the not piece of shit MJF. So I think they did that as a water test to kind of see what people react to as MJF kind of doing the face thing, so that when he does turn face, it's going to be massive.
I think they should have done a double turn in this match. I think Daniel Bryan should have won.
Oh, that would have been
a
good.
heel, and MJF leaves the face. This is the key with the MJF thing. He keeps screaming that he's alone, that he doesn't need a group. He did it in his media scrum.
Right. I didn't even see the media scrum.
The media scrum,
This is him yelling.
Dude, those media scrums
He ate
expose all those fucking wrestling reporters as such fucking marks and
Right.
losers.
He's literally shitting on them, too.
MJF
He's like,
is
what are you,
yelling at
reporter,
them,
journalist?
screaming at them, and they sound so nervous. If I was there, I'll never forget, like, Andrew Dice Clay, who was at Caroline's, where I was a manager. He's in character. And I'm like, when do you want the light? When do I want the light? And he's doing all that, and I'm like, and then he did it for like 5 minutes.
That guy's a fucking toilet.
And I'm like, but seriously, when do you want the light? And then he just broke character. He's like, yeah, I just need it in give me it at 45. All right, cool, thanks, man. Thank you, brother. And I left. And that's what I would have been in the media scrum. I'm like, dude, like, are we characters on the show or are we reporters asking you real fucking questions?
Right.
Because these guys suddenly become like the comicbook.com guy sound like he's about to shit his pants when MJF is talking to him. It's like, because you guys aren't real reporters, you're fans.
Right.
You're fucking fanboys, bro. And that's like, it's embarrassing, those media scrums. They expose all those idiots. And he's like yelling at you can see Meltzer even doesn't know what to do. Like, they just don't know what to do. They're like, "Ah."
Well, that's like so when I've listened to like shows like Busted Open, that's why I like those shows, because the person that comes on in character, but like Dave LaGreca and them, like they talk to them as if they're a character. Like it keeps it all in the same universe. Whereas like with these media scrum, like you're talking about, like that's one of
Some
the
people
reasons.
are out of character, some people are in character.
Right, and then the reporters are just very bitchly.
Yeah.
They're just like,
Because I guarantee you, if fucking, if someone in WWE started acting like that with the reporters, they'd be like, WWE's, that's why WWE's respect us, all this bullshit.
Right.
But they play along with AEW. This is, I know we're getting kind of, but this is my main problem
That's all right.
with Tony Khan and AEW, and then we'll get more into to MJF
Tony
and stuff.
Khan. Okay.
And the whole thing. Fuck Tony Khan. This is my
No,
thing.
believe me, the last 5 minutes of this, which is
We're
coming
just
up
gonna
here
give
in
you the
about
floor.
the last 5 minutes, you're just going to be able to
This
shit
is
all
my
over
problem
Tony.
with wrestling fans, AEW. Right, AEW started in 2019, and literally from the moment they announced it, there were so many fucking wrestling fans like, oh my god, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be great. And I feel like they already decided that this was gonna be the fucking great show. So the show happens in 2019, and it was okay. The first Double or Nothing was okay. It wasn't the greatest thing in the world. They had a lot of mistakes. The one mistake was I had a lot of friends there who don't fucking sit on the internet all day. If you don't sit on the internet all day, you don't know who these fucking people are.
Right.
All right. There was no, Britt Baker just showed up at the 2019 and we're just supposed to know who she is. Nobody know who she is. And every time.
Real quick, because you guys would both probably know this. What did Britt Baker do before AEW?
Adam Cole, baby. Woo!
Well, I know she was, yeah. I know she was.
Yeah, what did she do before AEW?
Literally.
They acted like she was a big deal when they signed.
Indies, she was in the audience in NXT one time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like literally because you're the indie guy. Like you know indie shit.
Yeah, they brought her out the first.
What indie fed was she a
That's
part
the
of?
thing. Like someone like me, I would know who these guys are. Like I remember, like half the guys are mostly Chikara.
No, that's what I'm literally asking
nobody
you.
watched-
What fucking what?
Because they
literally.
started the
Yeah.
company. But so you have criticisms of AEW, and every time you have a criticism of AEW, even as the smallest one, so many of the fucking fans, including a lot of these reporters, especially, they jump on you. There were people like, I don't like the Mox match. And you had fucking reporters from Fightful on Twitter jumping on them, yelling at them. People are allowed not to like that match. I know you guys liked it. People are
That's
allowed
fine.
to
You don't
like
have
the
to like
match.
it.
But they just jump. Every time you have a criticism of AEW, you're like a bad person to AEW fans. And Tony Khan does that too. He doesn't take criticism. He doesn't follow it. The show has had the same problems for 4 or 5 fucking years now. They don't try to adjust it. You have to just be so appreciative of AEW and the fact that it exists and it's so fucking great. You can never be like, hey, the show is fun. These matches sucked ass. Jeff Jarrett shouldn't be on TV. You have to just fucking like everything they do.
Right.
Like the left.
According to the... What?
It's like the left.
No, it's not like the left. You have to like everything the
How
fuck.
left are you?
You have to like everything this fucking company does, or the fucking wrestling mute.
True,
And then
though.
the whole fucking narrative is Tony Khan is good. It's like Tony Khan is wholly good. Vince McMahon is wholly evil. Tony Khan is wholly good. And I don't fucking like that. They're both probably fucking assholes. They're both billionaires who don't live in the real world. They're both probably fucking assholes. Except Tony Khan like is more of a mark for wrestling because
Every billionaire is a fucking asshole.
yeah.
Yeah, you can't be a billionaire.
And I just don't like this whole like AEW can do nothing wrong narrative. We have to focus on what they're doing wrong because they do a lot wrong and we need to fix it or this is going to be another TNA. If they fucking stay the way they're going, in 20 years from now, we're going to have Darby Allin as the fucking AEW original fighting Austin Theory at the Yonkers Armory for the AEW title. All right?
Yeah, we'll see AEW in like smaller venues. I wouldn't call them TNA though because they turned into Impact Wrestling and
They're
still
TNA
around.
to me. They're still TNA.
around.
To me. Yeah, well, AEW will be around.
They got sold to somewhere else and they're still around.
Tony Khan will
They're
buy.
solid.
Tony Khan will buy fucking Pluto TV and he'll make an AEW channel and we'll have to watch it there. But they'll be in fucking armories.
Okay, so I am agreeing with a lot of what you're saying, but I do want to throw this out there. I think the narrative has changed and gotten away from people having to blow Tony Khan over all this stuff. Because Tony Khan, I don't think actually is the one. I don't think a lot of people even like Tony as a whole, and I also don't think that a lot of people are kissing Tony's ass.
I don't think
specifically
anybody
anymore.
respects Tony in the back.
But
I
that's
don't
what.
think
But I'm not even
yeah.
talking like that. I'm talking like on the internet, reporters and shit. I don't think Tony.
Oh, Dave Meltzer and Sean Ross Sapp still lick his butthole.
Well, you know, the Meltzer thing, I have my issues with Meltzer. And like the thing is with Sapp is that I actually like him for the most part. But the thing, I don't think that most people are kissing Tony Khan's ass like they were when AEW started. I think they're falling out of love with Tony Khan, but they're still trying to stay in love with the product.
I think
You get what I'm trying to say?
I think a big thing, especially with people younger than us, is there's people now that are 20. They did not grow up with WCW or ECW. They
Right.
didn't have the choices we had. They've only had WWE for their entire life. So they get AEW and they want it so bad to be good. They want it so bad not to just be good, to be better than WWE and be the best thing ever. So they make excuses for it. And it's like, if you don't address the problems, WWE was unwatchable in 1995.
Yeah.
It was unwatchable. Same thing with WCW, was unwatchable in 1993. By 1998, both shows are must see.
right.
Yeah, because they addressed their fucking problems. And then WCW didn't address the new problems that arose, and then they were out of business. So, like, TNA has been unwatchable for 20 years, and somehow, because God hates me, it's still around. So,
See, the thing, okay, like real quick, I will only say this because, like, again, we're in limited time here, but I want to say this one thing. TNA/Impact, whatever the fuck you want to call it, within the confines of the ring is pretty fucking solid. Like, they have really good workers. They have good matches. They have a lot of good things. Outside of that ring, I don't know how they're still in business.
Scott D'Amore is one of the worst bookers, I think, in history. He makes Tony
You're
Khan.
not wrong.
He makes Tony Khan look like Vince McMahon. I remember during the pandemic, I was covering. Remember, you did the episode a few times.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
covering every show just
Yeah.
to keep myself busy. So I was watching Impact, and I ordered Slammiversary in 2020. Empty Arena show. It was actually pretty good.
Right.
And it set up a lot of great storylines. The next episode, they do a 30-minute sketch called Wrestle House, where
Yeah,
they're all
trash.
living in a house. And it's like, why would you do this?
Trash.
I spent $40. I'm enjoying myself. It's been 20 fucking years. I'm still giving you money, and you keep making me feel like a fucking idiot.
Sounds like a you problem.
No, I haven't bought. And then here's the other thing. Yeah, it is a me problem because I was like, oh, maybe I'll order Bound for Glory this year. It's on a Friday against SmackDown and Rampage. Look, Tony Khan is a horrible human being. and he probably is the reincarnation of Satan. But I'm gonna watch Rampage for free over your fucking shitty. I don't care who Josh Alexander is fighting over your shitty fucking $40 pay-per-view. Why would you do that?
I have not paid for a TNA pay-per-view in years.
No, especially in the pandemic.
But real quick, do you think the Ring of Honor purchase good news or bad news?
I think it was stupid. He should let Vince buy it. And
What do you think?
I think it's good.
All right, I'm kind of in the middle of both.
I think that kind of
more-
hurt the company.
I want it to work well. I want it to be a thing. I want it to be a good
I
thing.
can see Ring of Honor being the next like NXT to WWE, where everybody was loving NXT and WWE was like garbage.
So I
happening.
think having ROH as as a brand that was already there, I think is good. And I think if he doesn't fuck the dog on it, it's going to be a good thing.
I think he needs to get it off Honor Club. This is the
That's
thing.
what I was going to say.
This is
the
the
Honor
problem.
Club thing is going to fuck it.
AEW AEW's playing the converted. You have your 800,000 people always going to watch AEW. That number can only go down. With Ring of Honor, you're playing to even a smaller percentage of that.
Yeah.
So you've got to get it on TV if you're going to grow that at all, or otherwise I think it's just
Or get on another streaming service.
or even if you even get on, like I just said, Pluto TV. Even you can get it on something Pluto TV.
Yeah.
You got to do
HBO?
something.
Wasn't that the plan?
I think
I
with the
think it
new
was
guy.
originally the plan.
By the way, I have a theory that the reason they bought Ring of Honor was Warner Bros. Like, yeah, we'll give you like True TV or something for that. And then when the new guy came in control, David Zazaz, he was the Discovery guy.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, you
Victor
just
Zaz?
you just get these fucking 3 hours and that be happy with that. I'm not giving you another fucking thing. And then he's like, what about a reality show where you shit on Thunder Rosa? I think that's gonna be the plot, by the way. They just shit on Thunder Rosa. He's like, yeah, you can do that. Fuck Mexicans.
Okay, real quick on that note, we got on the fuck Mexicans note specifically because
Hola.
we got 2 more minutes with the Goots.
Ray's
So you're
Mexican,
gonna
by the
plug
way.
you're gonna
I'm
plug what
Mexican.
you got going. You gotta plug what you're doing and any last hate that you gotta spew out of your soul.
Yes.
Okay, so
2 minutes with the Goots.
So first of all, I have my own podcast, Gootz's Wrestling Pod. Me and Andrew Lee, we are covering all the pay-per-views in order. This week, we're going to cover Survivor Series 87, which comes out on Friday. I'll be in LA. I'm going to WrestleMania. Me sitting next to Jolly Josh Alba. All right. And then the Sunday night, April 2nd, 11 p.m. LA time, me and the Laps fan, we are going to go North Hollywood at the Comedy Chateau. We're going to be doing a live after party / podcast. Mike Lawrence will be there. Maybe some surprises are going to drop by. You never
there.
know. Josh, I'll be there crying. It's going to be fucking great. You can get tickets to the ComedyChateau website.com. Also, thecomedychateau.com. Also, please subscribe to the Laps Fan Podcast. Very good. I'm interviewing an episode. You'll have a great time. It's just as good as this show, even though this show's way better. Here's the other thing.
He'll say the other thing when he's on their show. Next
Here's
time.
the
That's
other
good.
thing. Every month I'm at the stand in Famous Ray's Ray DeVito. This is next month I will
Fucking
be
top
here.
tier show, by the way.
Top tier show. We had Matt Pavich this month and Joe List and everyone that's fucking there. So we're there every month. So go by the stand, check that show out. And then follow me on TikTok, Ray Gootz Comedy. I'm trying to build that shit up so I can fuck some more bitches. And also, I got 29 tattoos.
He does. Yeah.
And here's the other thing. Tony Khan, you are a fucking piece of shit.
Look at the camera and tell him.
Tony Khan! You are a piece of shit. You're ruining wrestling. Get Jeff Jarrett the fuck off my TV and fucking stop ruining everyone's career, okay? Let Willow Nightingale beat Jade Cargill and fucking stop pushing these young bucks. They don't know how to wrestle, all right? I know you killed Nicole Brown Simpson, but it's all right. You can get away with it. But you're not going to fucking kill AEW, all right? And bring back CM Punk and be a fucking man. Stand up to him, okay? These aren't your fucking action figures, and these aren't your fucking guys in your little fucking E-Fed. These are the guys that work for you. They can't run wild. I don't give a fuck how many titles Jericho won. I don't give a fuck how many titles. You tell CM Punk, you're going to fucking work with the Elite. We're going to sell action figures. Hangman Page, you're going to tell CM Punk to go fuck himself, all right? And fucking Britt Baker, stop banging Christian behind Adam Cole's back and fucking work with the women in this goddamn company. Like fucking Thunder Rosa, who could be a huge star, but you have some fucking drama with her. And that other chick, Jade Cargill. Fucking put them over. Let's do it. Let's fucking be, because here's the deal. This is what's going to happen. You guys are going to be in an armory in 20 years. You know who's going to be there? Me, because I have no fucking integrity. All right, thanks. Bye.
Yeah,
All right.
Snowman.
Fuck yeah.
Put down the goddamn coke and hire some fucking writers, okay? I'll fucking write the show. Britt Baker loses the Sky Blue in 12 seconds. So we're kicking off Dynamite.
All right, that was the Monday Nitro Party liquid death rant.
Yeah.
Is what that was. Fucking straight fire from the Gootz. All 29 of his tattoos, his 2 fucking dogs, and his cat. All right, Gootz, this has been a good fucking time.
I appreciate it.
Get your ass out of here. Go to the tiny cupboard.
Make sure to support the tiny cupboard. Don't support Christian. He cheats.
No,
Okay,
you go do your show, and yes, support the tiny cupboard.
Yes.
As Gootz leaves, me and Josh, we'll do our wrap ups and shit. But
Yeah.
the Gootz is in demand. He's got to go do his fucking show tonight.
Gotta do this.
He's got to go do his shit. That we're never gonna have Tony Khan on the show. That is
No.
not. That's.
I mean, you never know.
We incinerated that bridge.
I would love to have Tony Khan and Ray Gootz face each other.
We need to have a Ray Gootz and Tony Khan media scrum. Is what we need to have. We need to have that. That was wild. That was a hell of a rant there. And
great.
listen, I'm not even going to say that I disagree with what the Gootz is saying. Like, I'm not going to say that at all. There's lots
It's
of,
just when the FBI comes, I don't want to be involved.
listen, those were his statements and his statements alone. And I don't think the FBI can like take away his tattoos or anything.
That's true.
They might be able to take away his dog and his cat. I don't know. Like, I don't know how ownership of those things works in that sense, but that was so just real quick wrap up on this with you and me.
Sorry.
Real quick wrap up with you and me on this. What do you think were the upsides of the pay-per-view?
MJF showing off that he can do more than what people think he could do. I've seen him do some cool shit. It was cool to see him do the moonsault off the, middle rope outside the ring. He did fucking tombstone off the top rope. He was doing some shit.
That was a pretty fucking dude. That
through the table.
He did the Shawn Michaels elbow.
It was pretty dope,
Yeah,
though.
it was solid,
impressive, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who've only seen MJF in the AEW were like, "Holy shit!" Like just thrown off. So honestly, I think that was the only plus. Besides that, I mean, honestly, the whole pay-per-view was like I was just there.
It was mediocre at best.
The casket was funny when it just dropped down.
And the little bit of smoke that came out at the top.
Yeah.
Like
That doesn't make no sense. But besides that, I will be opening up my Wednesdays for at least the next few weeks to doing other things. Because I'm done. I'm not going. I gotta watch AEW. I'm not going to DDT bar. I'm sorry. I'm not. I need a minute. We need a break.
You're gonna have to take a soft break from.
Yes.
Gonna have to take some time away from each other.
Yeah, we need to see like what's going on.
You
what's
gotta see
out
other
there.
people.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be
Are
going
you
to
now
GCW.
in an open relationship with AEW?
Basically, I'll be going to GCW. The one in Melrose Ballroom. I'll be going to that show. That show's going to be fun. And then right after that, Cass is doing his no ring at Kingsland.
Did you know that MLW is doing the War Chamber at Melrose Ballroom?
What?
Yeah, they're doing the fucking War Chamber.
MLW has been stepping it up lately.
Dude, MLW is kind of one of those things that, like, the only reason we don't bring it up on the show is because MLW is, first off, it's dope, by the way. I'll just say right there. It's dope. The only problem that I have with MLW is that they record all their shit, like, 8 weeks before.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just, it's kind of hard to keep everything current. But, yeah, they're doing War Chamber at Melrose Ballroom, which I think is dope because Melrose Ballroom holds, like, I think, like, 5 people. It's very intimate, but it's a cool looking venue.
Cool.
And it's actually really cool. It's out in Long Island City. And having the War Chamber cage in there, I think I think it'll actually look awesome.
That'd be insane. When is it?
It's coming up soon. It's coming up
Look
soon.
it up. I want to go.
Cheap ass tickets are like $20.
Yeah.
MLW actually does rule. Like straight up, they do some cool shit. In ring work is great. They have some cool characters, and they have people that come in and out of their kind of like open door policy, which is really cool. Okay, so the upside of Revolution was MJF showing that he's not a one trick pony. As in the ring,
one of the best.
in the ring. His heel shit was kind of the same old hat. But what do you think was the worst part of Revolution?
Where do I start? No.
Just straight up like basement
Worst
shit.
part of Revolution.
Goods, clearly it was Jeff Jarrett, but
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett. I keep forgetting he was there. I don't know. that heel turn, to be honest with
You
you.
think the heel turn was
because
the
they
worst for
did
you?
it in such a shitty way, and it's kind of like an example of like what Ray was saying. What they're doing in AEW is like it's just not making sense. Ruby could be a great heel, just not the way they fucking did it. Like it was just like that was dumb, and that just ruined the whole match for me. And then you
That's
see
fair.
Saraya coming out with the spray. I'm sick of the spray paint. Can we stop with the fucking green spray paint? It's so harmless.
The spray paint thing in general.
It's like kids taking out fucking. You know what I mean? Like
The
it's just-
NWO thing when they did it was cool.
Yeah,
and then it kind of should have just died from
it's
there.
so stupid. How to
should've
make
just died.
it's just dumb. But yeah,
Okay, so I'm agreeing with you on the MJF thing for sure. That
Mm-hmm.
was the top side for me. I am an MJF fan, and I want to be more of an MJF fan. I'm getting kind of fucking tired of his heel shit being the exact same thing over and over again.
yes,
And I still want him to shut the fuck up when the cameras are off.
Mm-hmm.
Like instead of doing the stupid shit that he's doing when the cameras are off.
he's like a diehard, like this guy said earlier. It's just
He's trying way too. fucking
I'm
hard.
getting over it.
Yeah,
And I don't care if he's like, I'm good fuck you. I don't, dude. Like,
literally don't
try something new.
Yeah. So in the ring, that was definitely the top side.
Yeah.
My biggest negative in general was that three-way tag title match. It didn't make any sense. It was bad. It wasn't a good match. The fucking random spots were not good. It was botchy. Fucking Billy Gunn doing the suck it shit again, even though he was trying to get far away from that, was still like, you're still Mr. Ass. Like, you're still acting like Mr. Ass. I don't think the Gunn guys are good tag team titles. I don't think
I don't mind them having it.
They're a good. They're a good team, but they're not doing anything with them at all. Like,
Yeah.
they're just kind of there. So that match was the negative for me. And in general, what do you think out of 10? What would you give the pay-per-view?
Pay-per-view 4.
4? We're about on the same page. I was thinking like 4 or 5.
Because although it sucks because MJF and the Bryan Danielson match was amazing. But everything
I
else
loved
was just shit.
the Mox and Hangman match. I did love
was
the
great,
I
too.
loved the match. And unfortunately, what Ray said is true.
Everything
Like,
just fucking negates everything else. Like,
yeah.
like
I do want to point this out. Did you notice during the choke in the finish how nasty that choke was? Because
that was insane.
it was quick.
It
Like
was bad.
as soon as he hung him, like Mox did not fucking hesitate. He was just like, "Nope, I'm out." Like,
Yeah.
So that was a good realism type of thing there. Like that choke, that noose choke was real bad. But yeah, as far as death matches go, like on anything that's like TBS related, I think that one's top tier so far.
I would like to see AEW maybe do another death match like they did with Nick Gage, Chris Jericho again.
That would be great if
They
yeah.
did, supposedly, from what I've read, made it safer with the light tubes.
I think if
Bring
you do
that in more.
I think if you do something with AEW where they're going to do something like that, they have to kind of do that thing that Japan used to do where they would have the crowds farther back. Like they would have to expand the ringside area.
Maybe.
I think they would
or
only
at least put up, like, you know how NXT has like the guards?
I hate the plexiglass, but yeah.
I would put that up before the match and be like, this is how we do it.
Right. That would I think they're okay with that just because like I think AEW can definitely be the one that brings in the more deathmatch stuff. But yeah, so it was, mediocre pay-per-view. It had no build. So I'm hoping for the best for the next one.
Yeah. I'll tune in after, what's the next pay-per-view? Double or Nothing?
I think it's the next one, yeah.
I'll wait till after Double or Nothing, start watching AEW.
Yeah. Anything else to wrap up on this one? Oh yeah, WWE 2K23. They just dropped the DLC. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Gacy's on it. I was so excited for it.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's funny. I didn't know anything about Joe
Local
Gacy
guy.
before. I didn't know anything about him really before NXT. At least I didn't think I did. Then I started remembering. I was like, oh fuck, I know Joe Gacy. Because I remember I was initially turned off by him because he was doing that stupid woke gimmick. But then when they got him out of that, I was like, oh yeah, now I remember Joe Gacy and he's dope. So I'm happy for him.
He's great. It's funny because he's a local guy from here in Jersey. A lot of guys here know him and love him. And it
Seems like a good dude.
It's just so cool to see him like a local guy like in 2K video game.
Right. I would at least think about joining his cult. You know, like he seems like good people. So, yeah, the DLC is actually solid this year. I'm kind of happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some that's pretty cool. There's some that I'm just like,
Fucking Zeus, man. I'm happy about Zeus.
that's insane.
Are you gonna change one of his attires and make him Debo?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, all right.
We're gonna have a Friday arena.
As long as we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been fucking fun, man. I was happy having the Goots in here. As always, where can people find you, Josh?
It's joshalba.com. Has all the shows and all that. And I will be in LA broke. Hopefully not jobless. But yeah,
bring Josh money, drink tickets, and pussy.
Yeah, if you could spend anything that doesn't hurt your wallet, I would take it when I'm out there. But yeah, no, there's some cool shows out there. I'll be at VXS Wrestling. They're doing a show that Wednesday night. Check that out. That Thursday, I'm out there. I'm hanging out at Bloodsport. I don't really got nothing. I might have something going on. It's just not dated yet, but it might be that Thursday.
Okay.
I will stay tuned for that. Friday, I have a show at Hollywood Comedy Club out there. And then there's also Murder Mania I'll be hanging out at. So that's going to be cool. No ring death match. Only death match, I think, happening in LA.
Murder.
That weekend.
Bloodsport's kind of a death match, but just without weapons.
Yeah. So this one's happening at a Super Chief Art Gallery. It's like around 11 o'clock. And then we got Wrestlemania. And I'll be in cosplay that Saturday.
Fuck yeah.
And Labs fan show.
The Putting It Out There show. I did that last one. It's dope. So if you're in Brooklyn,
thank you.
Fucking check out the show because it's awesome.
That
was super fun. Super fun. We talked about cum a lot.
Yeah, we did. I was like, might as well. Everybody was doing jokes about like, I don't know, like other stuff, and everyone was just, yeah. But then when you just said cum, like they just loved cum.
Cum and suicide. They were into both cum and suicide on that show. I was like, all right,
let's go.
Yeah, jizz and suicide. That's actually the worst TNA team ever. Is jizz and suicide. You can find me at Jonas Barnes on Twitter, at Jonas Barnes Comedy on Instagram. If you're into horror, check out the Horror Podcast, another goddamn horror podcast. It's AGHP666 on both Twitter and Instagram. And the Traumedy Hour show, the fourth Thursday of every single month, which means the next one coming out is going to be March 23rd. And we are going to be making a headliner announcement on that one soon because we're trying to lock them in right now. And it's going to be a big one. So pay attention to thetinykupboard.com for that one as well. What's up, man?
I just remembered one more thing. March 17th, Friday night. If anyone's going to GCW and wants to see Deathmatch, come to the Kingsland. There is a Carpapalooza happening.
No shit.
Basically, Nick Carp's birthday. We're doing a no-ring deathmatch. Well, not we. They are, but I like to shout their events out because I go to all of them and they're fun. No-ring deathmatch event. Last match will be a drunken deathmatch with Casno Valentine versus Cole Radrick. What were the other matches? I don't remember, but it's going to be a good time. I think it was Gabriel Sky versus Marcus Mathers. There's a middle match. I can't remember.
Not Marshall Mathers. He's outside of the budget.
No, but he does look a little bit like him. But he's a great guy. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time at the Kingsland. Late night, probably 11 o'clock or a little bit after whenever GCW ends. Just come by, get a ticket, watch some violence, and hang out and have a fun time. That's a great show. I love it. I always go every time they have that show there. So check it out.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, this has been the Monday Nitro Party. We're going to be back next week. We're probably going to be jumping back into some WrestleMania stuff because it's coming up soon. And there's going to be more to talk about. We'll see if they actually turn their shit around on Nitro on fucking Raw and SmackDown.
We're going to go home and watch Raw now, actually.
Yeah, we're going to see what happens on that. Aside from that, support the indies and fuck Tony Khan. This has been the Monday Nitro Party. You guys are awesome. Have a good one. Thank you so much.
Bye.